strange one today though. You were saying about that killers and all the rest of it. They banged up that Night Stalker, didn't they?
Yeah,
Whatever
the
his
one
name
who
was.
sort of they sort of nearly got him, but
Yeah.
they sort of just
They fucked it up,
ignored
didn't
all
they?
the evidence.
Yeah,
or
they
something
had.
like that.
I was reading the articles today. Apparently, they had DNA like samples of him because basically been spunking over our grannies. that was basic. Well, it was, wasn't it? I mean, that's read between the lines here. That's what he was doing. He was raping old grannies, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he was going around doing. So obviously the DNA, he's not cutting himself, is it? He's been spraying the old jizz all over the room, like, you know. So they got his fucking, they got his DNA.
Got gallons of evidence.
Yeah, they got buckets. They just pull it in, don't they? They just walk in, and there you go. Fucking sift through that like you cunt.
The old bars they have across their shoulders with the milk pans.
The old milkmaid, yeah.
Mate, that's it.
Fucking buckets full of spunk.
Exhibit A.
They picked up from the crime scene. They're fucking, what's that, 2 or 3 months worth? No, it's just last night, mate.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's like got gallons of it, yeah. But apparently, it turns out that his wife was disabled, and he was a full-time carer for her. He's been employed for that. He's like meant to be a really nice bloke. He was like, he was employed. He used to go like around the neighbourhood. People used to know him. Yeah. He knew Chris Eubank for some reason because Chris Eubank's brother lived down the road from him or something.
Chris tried to tell the police on several occasions he was a woman and no one could understand.
Yeah, of course.
I knew that, Chris.
I know this man. Okay, we're going to take Chris Eubank in for a statement. Got him in for a statement. Couldn't understand a word the fucker said. That's what I told him.
You got to slow the tape down and play it backwards. I think I've got something there. I think I've got something there with it.
But apparently, right? You know, they got him in, and they had all this evidence, and then they mixed it up, right? Because some other bloke had a similar name.
That's right, yeah.
Right? And is it me, police? Is it just racism? Is it just like, yeah, they all sound the same, don't they? They all look the same. One's as good as another, isn't it? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's that sort of attitude. It's that laissez-faire sort of...
Did they put someone else away?
Institutionally racist. No, they didn't. They mixed it up.
And everybody got...
They mixed up. They got e-sample. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they got e-sample and they had someone else's name on it, but they had a similar sort of name, so they let him go because...
Yeah.
No, or the sample that was had his name was another bloke's, DNA sample.
So they checked that.
So they said, "Oh, you're free to go." But the thing was, reading in the Independent, they were saying about all this stuff he'd done. Like, you know, he was meant to be like, he tried to blame his son because he said he's got 10 kids apparently. This bloke.
Right.
He
From
said,
this disabled wife.
Well,
no wonder she's disabled.
I think he's got fuck the shit out.
Banging kids out every 10 minutes.
So he's got. She's got. I can't remember what she had, but she's paralysed from the neck down or something. So that's a bit, you know. I don't know where he's got 10 kids from. I mean, I briefly read through all the stuff today. I think he's got 4 kids with her and various other sort of sprogs left, right, and centre. But he said apparently he said to the old
So
Bill,
he's getting enough, to be honest.
yeah, I mean, what's he got to go around banging old grannies? But he said to the old Bill, apparently he said to him, he said, it might be my son. So he's about the same height as me. He's about the same height as me.
He didn't blame it on him that he'd done it. He tried to get his son.
He's got the same sort of DNA. He's probably got a similar DNA.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? It's not like, it could be my son.
Yeah.
Might be my dad.
Yeah.
No, it don't work like that. And then apparently they said to him, like, and this was, you know, obviously they couldn't prove it, use it as evidence, because apparently as they were taking him between cells, they said, we've got a fingerprint, yeah? And he went, there's no point fingerprinting me. He goes, I always used to wear gloves. Cheeky fucker. And then he just denied everything. He didn't say anything. He just said no comment, you know, usual sort of stuff. But there was one interesting bit in the Independent. They had like a article on it, and then they just said he used to play cricket in the local league, and last season he took 38 wickets. I thought, is that important information? Obviously anyone who takes 38 wickets must be some kind of granny bashing, like rapist fucking sex case.
I thought it was going to be like, well, he has raped lots of women, but, you know, you look at it a different way. he's quite good at cricket.
It's not a bad cricketer.
It's not bad at cricket.
I mean, he'd be good for the cricket at like 11 in the scrubs or wherever.
So, imagine like sort of you're getting quite. If they hadn't mentioned his cricketing achievements, it'd be like like, these papers say a lot about me raping women. I haven't heard any of them say. Tell anybody about how good I am at cricket. Let's have a balanced. Let's have a balanced.
He talks. All right, you're gonna nick me. You're gonna bang me up for fucking 200 years. But I put the stuff in about the wickets last year. I got 38 wickets. I worked hard for those wickets. He's like screaming like But apparently the judge said it was disgusting and heinous crime, and that he said something about I can't sentence you now because I've got to go and think about it. Yeah. And I've got to talk to some people tonight. But he's going to sentence him tomorrow.
You just give him the maximum you're left.
Well, he's basically said to him it's going to be an indeterminate sentence.
Yeah, it's probably one I'm going to see how I can get you put away forever. 500
victims.
Well, that's what they said that after they he questioned him and got his name mixed up with someone else and let him go. He went on to commit another 170 odd crimes.
Yeah. And they finally got him because they had some sort of state rat trap, they called it, a rat trap. Yeah. They worked out. Because I saw a programme on it years ago, about 10 years ago it must have been. Me and Carmen watched it, and they got this guy called Julian Wainfrop Smythe or something, right? He's like Cracker. He's the guy that Cracker's sort of based on, yeah. Yeah. So this psychologist, and he can work out what these guys are like, and he basically nailed it. Right at the time, he said this guy is going to be black or mixed race.
He's going to be very good at cricket.
He's got a great cricketer. Yeah. Probably take 40, between 35 and 40 wickets a season. He said all this stuff about him, and I think he pretty much got it nailed on. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they were doing this whole thing about it then. Yeah. And that was 10 years ago. Yeah.
But probably looking through all the old files, he's probably seen all these old files, which obviously this can't hear, but they picked up 10 years ago.
Yeah.
His name's right here, it's next to this other guy.
This picture of the bloke just looking into the camera.
It's obviously him, but I'll come out of all this other shit, Go around his ass, my psychological
profile, I think
he's probably have daffs in his front garden, and lo and behold, this guy's got daffs.
Because he's sticking the
daffs in his front garden.
He's just walking around with boxes of daffs. He just throws them in the front garden as soon as they go. I told you about the daffs, didn't I? I told you about the daffs. But no, he's like. But they were. I don't know. I just think it's like they always have these pictures, don't they? Like on Crime Watch and stuff, or like these psycho killers or whatever, and then they show you pictures of them, right?
Yeah.
And is it just me? Right? But they always look like fucking nutters, don't they? They always look like nutters. So I think to myself, aren't these people walking around looking like nutters? Because you just go, geezer's a fucking nutter. Yeah. Wouldn't you? There's obviously something wrong with him, right? Or have they got like a special cameraman at the police station who's skilled in making even normal people look completely psychotic? Is that because they all are, aren't they?
Eyes,
It was like that Camden Ripper. Do you remember the Camden Ripper years back? And that was another bad one. That basically they'd lost his file in Camden, right? They lost his file that said he's a lunatic.
Yeah.
Right, and then he was killing prostitutes, right? And there was one. This was the best one. They had a prostitute. The prostitute's body was in his house. Right, in the spare room in his house, right? The police came in and found the body there. She was dead, lying there dead. He turned around and said, "Nothing to do with me, officer. I don't know anything about it." He said, "There's a bloke been living here called Mr. Smith or something. He's been hiring that room off me, paying me rent.
Right.
There's no evidence of him receiving money for rent. There's no evidence that anyone else had a key apart from him. They found the key to the room in his jacket, right? Somehow it went to court or something, and they let him off. Right, and then he went out and killed another load of prostitutes. It's like, what do you need to do apart from sticking a prostitute's fucking, Buffalo Bill? It's like,
yeah, I bought this woman's suit, down the market.
Some geezer knocks them up every week. I've got him over. You see me, you want to be talking to, officer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, short, skinny, tall, fat bloke down the market.
Black, white, red geezer. And he's just like, and in the end, I think they only got him because he walked into like the police station or something and said, I'm fucking mad.
Fed up with
Lock me up.
I can't
Yeah.
bother to kill any
The
more
pills
people.
ain't doing anything.
Right.
I'm mad. Lock me up, you fuckers. And they said, what do you mean, lock for what? He said, for killing loads of people.
Well, I think he'd even force him out the station. So
I think he even walks in the station covered in claret. Do you know what I mean? It just like from head to toe in claret. And it was like, just lock me up for the love of God. Fucking arrest me. I am a psycho. I'm proper mental.